Okay, so let's get to the nitty gritty of this section. It's important that you know how to name the polynomials and that you can write them in standard form, but we need to focus a minute on how to do some basic operations of polynomials. We're going to start off with addition. So we're on the back page of your notes. First rule that you need to remember when you are adding polynomials is that you only, and I want you to underline the word only, you only add like terms. Now, what do I mean by like terms? That means that you're only going to add your constants together. So, as you know, that's just your numbers. That means that you would only add the x squared group together, or your x group together, or any of your terms that have, anything else. If you have like x to the 10th, you would combine all those as like terms. Now, the way that I'm going to show you how to add may make that kind of simple because we're going to add vertically. Do you remember when you were like in, elementary school and you were just learning to add? Well, and you had to line everything up and add by the place values. That's what we're going to do in here. That way that you'll line up all of your like terms. All your x squareds will be in one column, all your x's, all your constants. So here's the way your problem will start off. We're going to add these two polynomials. So there's the first one. Plus 3x squared plus 2x minus 3. Now, sometimes they put parentheses, sometimes they don't. It really doesn't matter. The key here is this right here. The sign in the middle tells you that you're adding. So what we're going to do is line everything up. So I'm going to rewrite my first polynomial. And then I'm going to line up from the second polynomial my x squared values, my x values, and my constant. So I have a 3x squared. So I'm going to line that right up with my 2x squared. I have a positive 2x here. Notice I said positive. You got to bring down the sign that's attached with it. And then my constant is a negative 3. Everything is lined up vertically. So now we're simply going to do the basic arithmetic. And it doesn't matter where you start. You can start on this end or that end. It doesn't really matter. This is 2 plus 3, so that's 5x to the 4th. No. 5x squared. You don't change the exponent. I kind of did that on purpose, but not really, because I wanted to say that's not what you do, but I forgot to say that first. So you don't end up with x to the 4th when you add. You keep the x squared. That doesn't change. I have a negative 3x plus 2x. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1x, not x squared. And then my constants, 4 minus 3 is just plus 1, positive 1. And here is your answer. That's the sum of these two polynomials. And this is the way I'm going to want you to set it up. Okay? Let's do another one. You've got letter B. Move over here, get a little more room. I want you to write for letter B, you've got 5x squared plus 4x minus 7 plus, can you see that far? Negative 4x squared plus 8x minus 1. Can you see all the way over there? Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take the first polynomial, rewrite it, and then I'm going to line up the second polynomial. I have a negative 4x squared, a positive 8x, and a negative 1. And then I'm going to draw my line, and then I'm just going to do my basic arithmetic. 5 minus 4 is a positive x squared. 4 plus 8 is a positive 12x. Negative 7 minus 1, negative 8. Ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty simple. Just don't make careless mistakes. Now, for letter C, I want this to be a OYO. If you remember, that means on your own. So I'm going to write letter C as an OYO, and then you're going to do this one on your own before you start the next video. So for letter C, you've got 7a cubed plus 3a squared minus a plus 2. Can you see that? Plus 8a squared minus 3a minus 4. So go ahead, copy that down, try it on your own, and then once you've got it, switch over